Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Uh, Please like, comment, and subscribe. My channel name is called Save Our Children TV. We are here to advocate for children first. Today's segment is called Advocate for Our Children. Okay, and we got four stories that are crazy that I want to talk about today. I put my opinion on the topic. The first story happened 2 days ago. It happened in Chicago. A 5-month-old, a 5-month-old girl was shot in the head and killed by sitting in back of a car. ID'd uh, by sitting back of a car. A 5-month-old girl was fatally shot Friday night in South Shore, officials said. The shooting happened just after 6 p.m. in the 7700 block of South Shore Drive, Chicago police said. Cecilia Thomas was inside a car when another car approached, and someone inside the second car opened fire, striking her in the head. Police in the Cook County Medical Examiner's office said the girl's father pulled over near 71st Street and Crandon Avenue after she began crying, according to a nearby business owner. The infant was taken to Karma Children's Hospital, where she later died from her injuries, officials said. A man who was in a separate car was shot around the eye, police said. He went to the University of Chicago Medical Center where he was reported in good condition. At least a dozen of the girl's family members gathered outside comments following the shooting. All we heard was baby got shot in the car, said one relative who was declined to give their name. She got shot in the head. A woman screamed at an officer near the emergency room entrance of the hospital. I hope y'all catch whoever did this. A woman screamed through tears at her phone, took that damn baby's life. A nurse at Commerce saw paramedics bringing the child in for treatment. I've never in my 61 years of life seen anything like this, said the nurse, Jackie, who declined to give her last name. The nurse said two of her own children had been killed by a gunfire and a third was left paralyzed after being shot at a party. She never knew what it's like to have a broken heart until you go through it, she said. The baby's mother told a victim advocate her daughter was on the way home at the time of the shooting. I spoke with this mother. Yes, she's very distraught, psychiatrist responded Andrew Holmes. That's a 5-month-old baby. 9 months she carried that baby, nourished that baby, and it takes a damn fool to discharge that weapon and take baby's life. Holmes reminded those responsible of the number of POD cameras in the area that may have captured the shooting could lead to the capture. I hope you not have no children yourself, because if you do, you shouldn't sleep at night. You should just turn yourself here, knowing you got to look at your child every night, and you don't take this lady's child. He said. The baby rested right now, but ain't gonna be no peace with that family the rest of their life. A 41-year-old man who was in a separate car was self-transported to University of Chicago Hospital with a gunshot wound to the eye area and is in good condition, police said. No one is currently in custody. Ear detectives are investigating. Jamal Green, who's running for Chicago mayor, announced a $5,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest and a conviction in this case. Anyone with information regarding the shooting is encouraged to call 1-883-5587. The video and the play arrives from a previous report. A ABC 7 Chicago contributed to this report. Now, I was watching this earlier today, on the news, and they said that the shooter, believe it or not, is a female. I want to say this. Don't eat off the floor. Hey, no. I'm gonna show you the news article that I'm put my put on it. My commentary, get my commentary on it. Get that down, go. Come here, Jay.
Advocate here on the scene that her daughter was on her way home at the time of the shooting. Investigators still have not yet released what led up to this incident, but no matter what the reason, the result for this little girl's family is still the same: the celebration of her first birth, of her first breath, as close to a birthday celebration this baby will ever have.
I spoke with this mother. Yes, she's very distraught.
A baby girl, barely half a year old, took her last breath here at Comer Children's Hospital tonight.
That's a 5-month-old baby. 9 months she carried that baby, nursed that baby.
Andrew Holmes, a crisis and victim advocate, spoke with the mother of the baby. Chicago police officials say was killed in a shooting in South Shore.
And it took a damn fool to discharge that weapon. Take that baby's life.
Chicago police officials say just before 7 p.m. near 77th and South Shore, the baby was inside the back of a vehicle when someone inside another vehicle shot at the car. Bullet holes seen from video captured from the scene.
I hope you don't have no children yourself. Because if you do, you shouldn't sleep at night. You should just turn yourself in, knowing you got to look at your child every night. And you done took this lady's child.
Holmes reminding those responsible of the number of pod cameras in the area that may have captured this shooting could also lead to the capture of the suspects involved.
The baby resting right now, but there ain't going to be no peace for that family the rest of their life.
Investigators say there was also another victim, a 41-year-old man who was traveling in another vehicle at the time. They say that man suffered a gunshot wound to the eye. Police say he is expected to be okay, unlike the family of this 5-month-old baby girl, until police can find the person or people responsible. Earlier this year, when she was arrested for making a terroristic threat against a family member, we know that family member was Cervantes, the victim in this case. Now, Cervantes' burned body was found back on April 1st, and a family friend told detectives that White was acting paranoid after the discovery.
Okay, this is my commentary here. This is what I hate about just throwing money out. Okay, I'm talking about awards, information that leads to an arrest. $5,000, $5K. Do you really think somebody's gonna come forward? You could throw out $1,000. Anybody's gonna come forward. You got a lot of people who's scared to speak up, and a lot of people who won't get a real name to the media. So if people don't get a real name to the media, do you really think they're gonna give the real? Do you really think they're gonna give information that leads to the capture of the suspect. You know, it's important to notice that we shouldn't have to. This should be a reason why this should be in a reward for people's arrest because people don't know how to go out in public and conduct themselves. Go out in the community, you want to be out there acting a fool, driving, shooting, doing what you want to do. It don't work that way. It don't. You take a 5-month old child's life, and I think that you should have some type of sense to turn yourself in. I don't care if you were a single mother or you were a single father or you took at the end of the day you took an infant's life. What matters is you paying for it with your life. That's what's matter. That you go to jail, do the time for what you did. And if you really be merciful, you turn yourself in. You turn yourself in. Another senseless violence in Chicago. Southside Chicago. Chicago is already a rough city. And I think that needs to be more recreational activities for the youth. I think there should be more rec, rec, there should be more activities with the adults instead of being on the streets, committing crimes, driving and shooting at each other. There should be more things to do in Chicago than seeing people losing their life every 24 hours. It's nonsense. And it got to stop because enough is enough. We're seeing children being killed. We're seeing juveniles being killed, preteens. So, we the people gotta stand up and make it right. We on to our next story. I'm going to the 5-month old who was killed. Her name is Cecilia Thomas. So to Cecilia Thomas, R.I.P. You do not deserve to be shot and killed like that. To the family, to the Thomas family, I want to say that my condolences go out to the Thomas family. No one deserves to lose their life at a young age. And I know it's hard. And I hope that y'all get justice. And whoever's responsible needs to turn themselves in. And next story is out of Detroit, Michigan. So Detroit, Michigan takes an L. You have a Michigan mother who was charged with killing her toddler son, whose body was in a freezer. This was the mother. A mother in Detroit has been charged with murder after the body of her 3-year-old son was found in a freezer Friday, according to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. The child's mother, Azodi Prince, 31, was also charged by Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy with first-degree child abuse, torture, and concealing a death, which are all felonies, officials said. Prince was arraigned Sunday and pled not guilty, the prosecutor's office told CNN. Police officers responded to the home to conduct a wellness check, Detroit Police Chief James White said at a news conference Friday. The officers found the child's body decomposing in a freezer, White said. Investigators said they are unsure at this point how long the child's body was in the freezer or when and how he may have died. The medical examiner's office ruled the boy's death a homicide, police said. The alleged facts in this case have astounded even the seriously jaded, Worthy said in a statement. 5 other children who lived in the house were checked at a hospital and were being placed into custody of Child Protective Services, police said. Prince remains in custody and her next hearing is scheduled for July the 8th, the prosecutor's office said.
DTE is natural gas, works both hard and smart. It helps heal the body and transform the mind. Clean, safe, affordable natural gas. It's a warm hug waiting to happen. DTE. Our other top story here at 5. A mother is in police custody tonight after the body of a child was found in a basement freezer on Detroit's west side. This is just awful. Police made the discovery when they went to the home on Monte Vista near I-96 in Myers. Victor Williams is live at that house tonight. Victor, any word on what got police to make that welfare check in the first place? Well, Kimberly, we're told that this is all the result of a CPS investigation and welfare check. Once the police made it to the door, they realized that something just was not right. Now, they have no idea how long this child was potentially in that freezer or what led to this happening to begin with. But as you guys can see from this glowing memorial behind me, this is something that the community is definitely broken up for. And we know that it's heartbreaking news for one woman in particular who is actually trying to take care of this little boy.
It's a hurting thing because I've asked her, if he was too much to give him to me.
Lynette Hardy could never have children of her own, so she was downright devastated learning the 3-year-old boy next door was found dead in a basement freezer.
We had been praying that the little boy would be found. But I had no idea he would be found dead. He was blind.
Lynette says the child had been missing since January. 5 other kids were in the house when the heartbreaking discovery was made following a welfare check and CPS investigation. Lynette had seen them all except the little boy that was discovered.
I did help clothe them. And feed them. They were very loving children.
Prior to her being told he was missing, she was led to believe he was sent to go live with family.
She had said that her aunt and uncle in Alabama had him.
The mother has been taken into custody. Lynette, however, never saw anything out of the ordinary.
And a matter of fact, the mother was loving.
Detroit Police Chief James White says the department is looking at all possibilities. The sad thing is what happens to the other children now that were inside the home.
And we're looking to see what other incidents she's had with CPS as well as the police department. That will be part of our overall investigation.
I had tears, but then again, I was kind of consoled by him not being able to endure any more hardship.
And this is just such a sad situation. We know that CPS has come in to remove the kids from the home, the youngest kid in which is only about 2 months old. Sadly, we know that this is not the first time something like this has happened. Back in 2015, there was actually a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old found in a freezer over on the east side. But for now, we are reporting live on the west side. Victor Williams. Eerie similarities there for sure.
So this is the second Detroit mother who killed their children and put them in a freezer. I mean, come on. I mean, some people, for the life of me, do not need to have children. And in the articles, do you notice there was no mentioning of the father? So, where is the father at? Like, where are the children's father at? That's why it's so important. It's so important to have two parents in the same household. Two parents in the same household. Now, let's see. The mother is 31-year-old Azardi parents.
A huge injection of money will be going to Michigan's road.
So she's charged with felony murder, first degree child abuse, torture, and causing the death of an individual.
It's some of the largest.
Look at the little mermaid, baby. Look. Look at the little mermaid. Look. Out of this world. Shut up. You shut up. Don't go on so laughing. Prom graduation, let's be honest. Prom graduation.
So not only this mother, it says used her children, but her son, who she killed them, had in a basement freezer, is blind. She should never been allowed around any children whatsoever. If you know somebody have a bad background like that, she should never to had children. It's that's why you should always do background checks, because then you know who you messing with. Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, you y'all. Look. What's her name?
Paulding County, Atlanta, takes an L. A Paulding County mother. Probably the article, this is her. When I'm showing you these individuals because we need to expose these criminals. Mother is charged with murder after three children was killed at a Paulding home. A Paulding County mother was in jail Sunday after she allegedly tried to stab several children as a house burned Friday night, according to authorities. Three other children have died. Darlene Brister, 40, is charged with two counts of malice murder following the deaths and was not immediately clear if Brister started the fire as officials did not confirm she has not been charged with arson, but the sheriff's office indicted that more charges are likely to be fired as the investigation continues. On Sunday afternoon, law enforcement officials confirmed that she was the mother of the victims. The tragedy unfolded at a Rackmart home on the 700 block of Woodland Drive in West Paulding, according to Sheriff's Office spokesman Tyler McSwain. Deputies received a call at 9:19 p.m. for a domestic disturbance at a residence. They called to 911 dispatchers that a woman was inside the home trying to stab the other occupants and the house was on fire, according to McSwain. When deputies and firefighters arrived, they entered the burning home to rescue the occupants and found seven children inside. Two children died at the scene. Paulding County Fire Rescue spokesman Lieutenant Steve Mapes said they were a three-year-old with apparent multiple stab wounds and a 9-month-old, according to the sheriff's office. Three others, ages 5, 9, and 11, was transferred to local hospitals, McSwain said. The remaining two children, ages 14 and 15, The remaining two children, ages 14 and 16, did not appear to have injuries. The 5-year-old who was transferred to the hospital later died. One of the other hospitalized children had a leg injury. Mitchell said the other had burn wounds and remained in critical condition Sunday, police said. Baldwin County Fire Investigators, Sheriff's Office detectives, the State Fire Marshal's Office, and GBI agents are investigating the fatal blaze. Investigators no, investigators diligently went to work to make sense of the chaotic scene, McSwain said in the release. Deputies found Brister on property uninjured and subsequently arrested her. They bring the kids out, dead, and she is still hiding in the house. Neighbor Willie Hayes told Channel Protection News it's pitiful. Neighbors to the news station the family moved into the house about 5 years ago, but Brister didn't interact much with others in the community. She doesn't talk to anyone. Neighbor Ellis Twin was sad. Hayes said that Hayes said they will see family with them and communicate with them. Officials did not release the victims' names or ages, Sunday noted that all five victims are children. On Saturday afternoon, after investigators had already left, crime scene tapes stood and circled the yellow two-story house. Most of the fire damage appeared to be in the rear of the home, but burn siding was visible above the front door. At the foot of the roadside mailbox, a small makeshift memorial with candles and stuffed animals had begun to collapse. Anyone with information about the case is asked to call the Hardin County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division tip line at 770-443-3047. Tipsters can also use the Sheriff's Office mobile app. News article.
Action-packed races and the Revs and Riffs NASCAR Weekend Music Festival. It's the biggest event of the summer, and it's all happening at AMS July 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets now. AtlantaMotorspeedway.com. We have new details this noon in a heartbreaking story out of Paulding County. 3 children killed in a house fire. Police say their mother is responsible. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm is live at the Paulding County Courthouse in Dallas. That's about 30 miles northwest of Atlanta. Rebecca, you just got out of the courtroom, so what can you tell us about what happened there? Well, Kabir, the hearing was a very quick one. Basically, the judge just wanted to make sure that she understands the charges she faces. Take a look. This was Rister. She is 40 years old, and at the moment, she faces 2 malice murder charges. But because a third child of hers died, we're expecting another charge soon. She's accused of stabbing some of her children as her house was on fire, killing 3 of them and wounding 2 more. A memorial continues to grow outside the home in the western Paulding County community of Yorkville, where a scene unfolded Friday night that neighbors can't shake.
Suspicious. I don't know what to say.
A neighbor across the street tells me he heard children screaming and saw 2 teenage sisters who said they had just jumped for their lives from a back window, one of them hurting her ankle. Process. Their siblings were still trapped inside with their house on fire as their mother, they told neighbors, was stabbing some of the children. Deputies tell us 7 children were at the home when it all started. When first responders arrived, they found 2 children dead, a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old who had multiple stab wounds. A 5-year-old later died at the hospital. Paramedics rushed 2 other children, ages 9 and 11, to the hospital. At least one was in critical condition. Authorities soon located the mother on the property and took her into custody. The father of the children was not home, deputies tell us. Neighbors and visitors in shock.
Pass by every day. Nice, quiet neighborhood. So he keeps playing outside.
We are learning that Darlene Brister will also likely face arson and child cruelty charges. She is requesting a public defender. We will keep you up to date with any new developments. Live in Paulding County in Dallas, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
How vicious do you actually? First of all, you set a house fire and then start stabbing your children in a house fire. Some people just don't need children because this is why. It shows you how dangerous you can be This is
Okay.
she has 6 children and killed 3 of them. Number one, the father of A must have been at work, B at his friend's house, C at his parents' house, and D ran an errand. I think that, and I heard this all the time, and a lot of people, a lot of people out there who say this. Oh, there's a lot of fathers out here who kill their children, kill their children, abuse their children, break their children, do all that to their children. Yeah. And you got mothers out here who do the same thing. I just told you about already 3 stories with, I told you 2 stories so far with mothers killing their children. 2. And then I told you about a woman who killed a 5-month-old in railway age in Chicago. The next story is about another woman who was babysitting her friend's child and she killed her friend's son. Now, there's a saying that women love to use. Women are good people. Women are good people. Yeah, you have a lot of good women out here, but you also have a lot of good men out here too. But you also have a lot of dangerous men out here. You also have a lot of dangerous women out here too. So, you can't just make it seem like there's a lot of bad men out here. You got terrible women out here who will do anything and to take advantage of their seeds, such as killing them, doing all types of just weird stuff to the children. So we gotta start speaking up for those who can't speak for themselves. We gotta put our voice. We gotta give the children a chance. So this mother needs life in prison, which that's what she's gonna get in the suburban Atlanta. So she's definitely gonna get life. Um, I think that getting a public defender with all these charges she got, with or without public defender, still gonna be convicted at the end of the day. So, I you know, I would think working on a plea bargain would even help, cause right now you at least facing right now 30 years in penitentiary right now, at least 30 years. This mother failed her children, you know, and people just need to stop having sex with just any and everybody and not know who they really are behind closed doors. Again, she never reacted, had a reaction with neighbors. She never spoke to her neighbors. That's a red flag. Number 2, what's also a red flag is I don't believe my opinion that those children was ever allowed outside. I'm pretty sure if they was outside, they'd cut in the backyard. I think the mother failed those children miserably, and she needs jail time. Let's go on to the next story. The final story. The final story. Hello?
He met his brother earlier.
Keep calm. He was the babysitter from Roswell who was charged with abusing a 20-month-old for 2 months and killing her. Her picture is in the middle with braids. That's her. We gotta start exposing these criminals. Here's the article. This is out of Roswell, Michigan. Another state out of Detroit. Michigan takes an L. A woman is arrested after she allegedly murdered a 23-month-old that she was babysitting. Officials say that the 23-month-old was admitted to a hospital with severe head trauma when police were called.
Why you attacking Daniel? No, baby, no. Go, Go, Go. He said, I want Daniel. Little Red Riding Hood. Huh?
Hold on for a second. This story came out. This story came out June 15th of 2022. There's not news video go with this, which is an article that just popped up. They want to read that this up on 15th. A pregnant woman is charged with rape of a 13-year-old teenager, and this is her picture right here. All right. A pregnant 23-year-old woman was arrested for rape after police said she had sex with a 13-year-old boy numerous times during the course of a year. According to the court documents, Tarina Powell moved in with the teenager and his family in Oklahoma about 2 years ago. Police said the homeowner told authorities she was a family friend who was down on her luck and had a place to stay. The investigation began on April 11th after someone living in the home said they saw what they believed to be sexual activity between Powell and the teenager. Police said that they interviewed the teenager that day and he admitted he denied any sexual activity. A few weeks later, police said the teenager's mother told them he had an emotional breakdown and admitted to the actual crimes. When interviewed again on May 5th, police said the teen became emotional and admitted that he had sex with Powell 11 times in the summer of 2021 until they were caught on April 10th. The teen had actual activity took place in the den while others in the house were sleeping, according to authorities. Police said Powell is 7 months to 8 months pregnant, and they believe it's possible she's pregnant with the teenager's child. But after she classified that Powell was pregnant with his child, police said the teen struggled with his shoulders and said he don't know. The DNA said her child would be taken once it is forensic from the teenager's father. According to the police, the teenager began telling him about having acts with Powell because he knew he was wrong based on their ages. Knew it was wrong because of his age. Police said the teen told him he never placed himself on Powell and she never placed herself on him. Powell had a lawyer and they wanted to talk about the alleged incidents, police said. She was ordered not to have any contact with the teen. Her bond was set at $20,000.
Where's Elsa?
Number one.
I want Elsa too.
She should not have run. Number two, she should remain in jail. So I don't think she is. I think she's in jail. Number three, like I understand people, is in need of support, help if they're homeless, struggling on the streets, living on the streets. But that's how you can't bring any and everybody into your house. You just can't. You can't do a background check. You can't just bring people in your door. Because when you do that, you don't know who bringing into your home. So this was definitely a mistake on the young boy's family. They should have did a thorough background of this woman. This woman is 23. Well, first of all, I don't understand how a 23-year-old would be in a relationship with a 13-year-old. I mean, come on, you're 23. It's 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 so just wrong. And this came out of Guthrie, Oklahoma, so they're taking L, and this woman needs to do time in jail. Back onto our previous story about the babysitter. A Roseville babysitter will receive upgraded charges after a 1-year-old dies from injuries. Two people killed in a crash on I-90 near Beach Daily, and a 3-year-old boy was found dead and freeze on his family home. These are more of the top stories of the week in review. Roseville babysitter faces child abuse charges as 1-year-old suspect of non activity. Taylor Starks said when she left her 11-month-old son in the care of her babysitter, she trusted the woman to ensure her child was safe. But at 1:50 a.m. the next day, she got a fearful text about the way her son was sleeping. Unfortunately, Kyrie has since died from his injuries. As of Monday, Kylie had no brain activity and the babysitter was facing child abuse charges. Fox 2 learned from the family that baby Kylie passed away just before 9 a.m. on Wednesday after he was hospitalized a week ago. Those charges will now be updated from babysitter Kamar Hodges, who does have priors for domestic violence and is being held in a very high $250,000 bond. No, 10%. Now, this mother should have knew that this woman had a horrible domestic violence case in the past. I would never allow somebody with a domestic violence case, whether it's a male or female, to babysit my child. You have a domestic violence case. Why would I want you? Why would I want you to be around my child while I'm gone? No, absolutely not. So, I think the mother made a mistake by not really looking into who this person was, per se. I think that if this mother took time to really know this woman's history and background, that she would have never left her child with this woman, and that's what the mistake came in at. She left the 1-year-old Kyrie with a monster. And when you leave a child with a monster, it's the same thing as leaving a child with an animal. That animal's going to attack. So that woman attacked and struck and killed your child and abused your child. There's got to be some type of accountability because accountability is everything. It is everything. Tell me what you think about these stories. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please turn on your notification bells. Tell me what you think about these crazy stories. And tell me what you allow anybody to write your child. Whether their background is clean or they have a criminal record. How would you go with allowing just anybody to watch your children. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye bye.